So I'd like to talk about triplets now. Now, triplets are really cool. They're a nice way as guitar players that we can employ kind of some physical tricks that make it sound as if we're doing a lot more than we actually are. With triplets, obviously, you're playing faster notes, quicker notes. You're fitting 3 notes in what is usually the space of 2 notes. So like if we're usually going 1, 2, 1, 2, with you know, eighth notes, playing eighth notes. So if we're usually hearing eighth notes, which would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Or with the upstrokes. Those are eighth notes. So in between each of those clicks, with a triplet, we'll actually have 3 notes. So we're getting 50% more notes in the same amount of space. So that we're going from eighth notes, which are, again, to triplets, which are back to eighth notes, back to triplets. So you can hear they're a lot quicker. And there are some great tricks that we can kind of employ in our left and right hands. There's kind of a physical methodology that makes achieving that pretty easy by using hammer-ons and pull-offs and having almost like a certain, almost like a stutter step sort of thing in your right hand. But it's very logical. It's very logical. So let me just show you what the flat pick is going to be doing if we're not taking advantage of the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So to play triplets, we're going to have to fit 3 pick strokes in what is usually the space of 2. But we also generally want to adhere to pick stroke theory as far as we can in practical terms. Now, of course, it's going to be impossible to totally adhere to pick stroke theory, by kind of continuing to have this flow down, up, down, up, down, up, because of course, if you play 3 notes in the space of 2, you're going to wind up on an upstroke where normally you would have wound back up on a downstroke. So you can play down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And the reason I'm doing down, up, down, repeating those 2 downs in a row is because, kind of according to pick stroke theory, we're going to want to have a downstroke on the strong beat, on the click. Bah. Want a down here pretty much every time. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So that might look like if I'm doing it across 2 strings, playing 3 different notes, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, so that rhythm, bum, 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 that's going to be important. Luckily, we don't usually have to pick all of the notes. We can use these hammer-ons and pull-offs. So if I wanted to play that triplet, ba, ba, ga, don, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in that space, what I would do is I would actually go so I'm splitting that up into 3 component parts. I'm playing a downstroke, obviously on the first beat, the first segment of that triplet. I'm hammering on the second part. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play an upstroke on the third one. So with pick stroke theory, at that point we would have played another downstroke, down, up, down. But here, the hammer-on is actually kind of taking the space of that second one. So this is sort of where the stutter step comes in with our right hand. we're just going to wind up actually only playing down and up in our right hand. It's just there's going to be a little bit of a delay. We're going to go down, hammer, up, down, hammer, up. So where we were going, triplet, triplet, we were on the triplet, we were going triplet, picking all three notes, triplet, triplet. Now that we have a hammer on the triplet, the lit part, we can now play as an upstroke instead of a down. Triplet, triplet, triplet. So the rhythm that my right hand is actually playing, if we kind of remove this for a second, and this is the real point of this whole lesson. This is kind of the nugget that I want you to take away, is that your right hand is basically going da da ba ga da da da. Triplet, 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 triplet. So you can think of it as a triplet, but I actually don't even really think of it that way most of the time. I just kind of hear this rhythm, and if I speed it up a little bit, it almost sounds like a Western, like boom, boom, ga, ga, boom, ga, 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 boom, ga, 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 boom. Happy trails. It's that rhythm. Ba, 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 ba. So rather than actually, I want you to, I feel like it's important to explain to you what's going on, but once you've got that down, once you kind of know what it is a little bit, then just think about the horse kind of walking along lazily. Now keep that rhythm going in your right hand. Now, we're going to insert that hammer on. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Or down, hammer, up, down, hammer, up. One, triplet, triplet, triplet. It's much easier to play the triplet once you've got the right hand solid. Ba, 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 ba. Then you just figure out where to insert the hammer. So let's slow it down. I'm going to slow it down from right here. You can play it with me slowly. So that's actually how the triplet works with a hammer-on.